Hey guys, it's CJ, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So glad to have you here. This is gonna be part 3 of the Project Sekai Fragile dance. We're gonna be finishing up the song with the whole na needed, na 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 na. Very fun part. Not as hard as the first part. It's a lot chill, just a lot of jumping around. So if you haven't seen the other parts, I'm gonna leave them down below so that you can just go check those out. Otherwise, if you have already caught up and you just want to jump right in, let us get ready. Make sure you're stretched and warmed up so that you don't get hurt. And let's begin. So, I think I ended the explanation here. If you did watch part 2, after the whole that whole part, and this is 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna just say turn on 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just turn face back in the front. And then in the song, if those who know, it'll be going the na ide, na ide. So we'll be following those moves. First move, it's 1 and 2. So basically, left, you just pick up your left and then you step down with it. So 1 and 2. And your hands, they just come out. Thing with this song, both Akito and Yuta have very different dance styles. Akito is more like he extends his limbs more out, while Yuta you can like tell what the moves are in here. Like he can tell he places his hands here, moves around. Akito's more free there. So some moves you can feel free to check out the practice or their MD for that to see that. So I'll be trying to explain it to the best of my ability. So this is 1 and 2 here, and then we're gonna go 3 and 4. So if you know the music, it's only na e de, na e de, basically on the e de side. So on the 3 and 4, you take on 3, nothing happens. On end, you take both your hands up and your right leg up here. 3 and then 4, you just step so that you're facing now towards like the corner of the room. Not exactly 45, but more 60 degrees in there. But you're like sideways, but not like completely sideways. Okay. You can still see part of it. Yeah. Right. So that's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then for the next move, what your hands are gonna do, they're gonna just go 5 and 6. So they shoot up here, then they reset, come down, then they shoot up again. This is me following Yuta, since Akito goes like 5 and then 6. His hands are already moving, but Yuta clearly stays like 5 and 6. So I'm gonna follow him there. Your legs are gonna go 5 and 6. So basically on 5, you kick out with your right leg here, 5, and you step onto your right leg. So you do 5 and then 6, you step back with your left leg. So altogether, those two moves will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 5 and 6. And then on 7, you're gonna just take your left leg and you're gonna slide over here. Then you can drop your hands. And this will be on 7, 8. You'll be just sliding on there. And that's the first 8 count. So that's 2 by 7. I don't think there's anything on 8 since the next move starts on the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then continuing on from there. So I'm gonna repeat this count and move on. So starting from after we just turned 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Alright, Now for the next move, after you do 7, 8, your hands are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, you bring it first up with your elbows like leading your hand up. So it's gonna go 1, and then 2, you bring it up like you're showing your biceps on you. That's 1, 2, and then you repeat the same thing with the other hand. To go 1, 2, 3, 4. And as this other hand comes up, your right hand stays. As for the legs, as you're doing that, you'll be going 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, with the song, I did check. The first step, they do pick up their leg on the 1. Then 2, they kind of just like make their leg small. So it's like 1, 2, and then 3, 4. I end up picking my leg up on each of them, but as the song's pretty fast, it makes sense to not pick it. Yeah, I'm still picking it up. But if I did have to like do 2 pickups, as long as the first one, when the elbow's down, you pick up your leg up, that should be fine. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4. And this move's not too bad. You pick up right, and then you, as you go to pick up your left, you just step your right back, and then you step your, when your right step back, your left picks up. So all together, it'll be just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, now from here, what we're gonna do, we just finish 3, 4. We're gonna, this hand's also still up. We're gonna step 5, 6. So basically, put your left leg down here for 5, and then 6, you kick up your right leg. Make 5, 6, and then you're gonna go 7, 8. Now this is one of the moves where Akito and Yuta are doing it differently. I notice Akito is the one who keeps his hands in front of his face before he takes them out. But Yuta is more free, that he just brings them up here, and as he steps, they're like this. He just wait, and reverses. Yuta keeps their hands in front of their face. Akito is more free. And then, so feel free to do what you want. You can either keep them here, and then as you step, they go out, or you can leave them out here. But yeah, your hands, they just count 5, 6, and then on 7, 8, they just wave out. While your legs, after you step 5, 6, on 7, 8, you take your heel out. So your right heel points out, up on the 7, 8. And then there's a quick spin as it goes 7, 8, then, and before we go into the next one. Okay. So let's try that 8 count. Yeah, let's try that 8 count. Let's start from here. And then 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lied with the counts. Yeah, sorry about that. The counts are 3, 4. You step on 5, 6. No. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you step on the 4 and after 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. That's still 6, 7, and then on 8 is when you string. So the only thing that changes is the steps on the 4 and not 5. Sorry about that. So let's try that lead count one more time. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to move on to the next count from there. Now, as you spin for 6, 7, 8, naturally, you want to step with your right leg first, since you're spinning on your left. So the legs are going to go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So basically, they go right, left, right, left, right, left. You step forward with your right leg, and then you step back with your left leg, and then you step in place with your right leg, and then you cross your left leg, step back with your right leg, and then step in place with your left leg. And that's on the 1 and 2, 3 and 4. With the hands, as you do that, the hands are pretty simple. So you're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. On 1, you're gonna start bringing your left hand across. So it's gonna go 1 and 2. So you have 2 counts to swipe a table across this way. Lovely. 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, you repeat with your right hand. So all together, that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright, sometimes if you don't do the spin roll, you end up like losing balance. That happened here. But do try after you spin, try to step either right in front of you or cross your legs. Otherwise, if you step like out here, it looks pretty messy. So after you do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, on 5, you have to step with your right leg across. 6, you're gonna step with your left leg and bring your hands out. So you're gonna hit 6 and you don't move your hands. Here for 6 and no, you don't move your legs. Your hands go out, in, and then you punch up on 7, 8. So that's gonna be 5, 6 and 7, 8. And the punch up is you punch and then you milk it down. 6, 6 and 7, and then it comes down slowly on 8 until it rests on here. That's that 8 count. So let's go over it one more time. Here, this part's not too bad just because step, out, in, punch. A lot of these moves will just follow the music. Okay. Right, let's try that 8 count. So I'll start from the 8 before I'll spin into the 8 count. Here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you notice this, I think this detail I have just added it by myself. Since I think they do 6, 7 and then they just punch up. For some reason, I like turning in my my right knee inwards. Here. So as they do the punch. Here. But I don't think they do it. If they do, I've been passively doing it without knowing that they do it on there. So let's move on. So if you do 5, 6, 7, 8, you're gonna step up 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, step your left across your right, and at the same time, that's gonna initiate this hand. Left hand's gonna drop. This hand's gonna come from your head and just go across for 1, 2, 3, 4. And now at the same time, depending on who you are, Akito does 1, 2, and then on 3, 4, he looks back forward. Yuta does not look, so you can choose whichever one you like. I've been following Akito this whole time, so I'm gonna end up looking. But you can end up just looking at your hand 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go to the next one. So after you do 1, 2, 3, 4, the next move is gonna be mostly on your legs and then on the end you do some hands. Your legs are gonna go 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. It's very random. I don't think I do it well all the time. As long as you catch the end 8, you're usually fine. But yeah, basically, if I try to break this down, here 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, you step up with your left leg. On end, you step in place with your right leg. 6, you step behind with your left leg. 7, you can step again in place with your right leg. No, and 6 and you step in place with your right leg. 7, you step kind of together, but we want to be facing a bit out. Here for 7. And then on end, pick up your hand and legs, and then 8, you bring them down. So most of it is your left leg like moving around. Right leg stays in place so that you stay grounded towards center and you don't move too much. But your left leg stays out, back, sideways, and then pick up your arm. So hopefully that's not too confusing. Let's have the whole 8 count all together. So starting from here, we did this. After we did this, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Alright, now for the next count, you should remember the beginning, the 1 and 2, 3 and 4. We're doing the same movements. I think almost the whole count's the same, just in different directions. What I mean by that, on 1 and 2, you're still going to go 1 and 2. So you're still picking up your left leg, but this time instead of stepping to the side, you're stepping to the opposite direction we're facing. We're facing that way, now we just turn to face this other corner. So this is 1 and 2. Then we're going to go 3 and 4. Here, so we pick up our right leg, and then we place down our legs. So after you do 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Hands are going to be doing the same thing. Everything here is just mirrored from what we just did. So we're going to go 5 and 6. And the legs are going to do the kick and step. So 5 and 6. You don't have to step as far back here, as long as you step behind here, and then hands go down. So 5 and 6, and then we're gonna do the same slide, but this time I'll add 8. So you're gonna slide now to the right side. You're gonna go 7, 8. You're gonna step behind with your left leg here. Since right after the 7, 8, you're gonna slide again to the other side. So it's like preparing for this move where you can slide, step, slide, and then it's going to go into the next move. So let's try that 8 count. Starting from after you do 7 and 8. So 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Think Utah, when he does the 8, he also just adds a hand thing where he pulls his hands back. I didn't really see Akito do anything, but if you want to add that detail, you can. But so after you do 7, 8, you're going to go 1. You'll slide back here and then have both hands down. I'll simplify this since I think some of the hands are doing this. I'm going to simplify it to something that looks symmetrical, but you can always watch the original version I'm doing. At least if you can find it, it's the one I learned from, no longer on YouTube. But there is a couple of ones so you can use this. So after you do 1, you slide out. 2, you stabilize yourself. Since you were sliding, you just step with the right leg in place, and the hands come up here. So go 1, 2, 3. You swing your hands in front of you here for 3, and then 4. You start walking with your right leg. Yeah. So altogether, that will be just 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 4. You can relax your hands. It looks weird if you start walking like this. You're like, oh. Looks like you're about to like go to war or something. But yeah. So that makes sense. Not too bad. You slide, step, swing hands, and then walk forward. Right. So after you do 1, 2, 3, 4, on 5, you're gonna slide back. So you only took 1 step forward. So your left leg is gonna step back for 5, 6. and then and 7, 8. You're gonna be doing the ball change thing I talked about in, I think, was it the first tutorial? First part? Probably both parts I talked about it. So 5, 6, you just switch your left leg to be forward, like step it on your right, then move it again. Right, left, no. Step on your right and then you move forward to the other. That's 5, 6, and 7, 8, you just walk forward. Okay. So, and then I think that's the hard part. Or there's just more jumping. And then the rest should be easy from here, and then some parts repeat from the first part. First tutorial. So, let's repeat that 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Alright, so to finish this off, I want to say the jumps are mirrored. I know I usually put like a Toya mirrored thing at the bottom. Some moves are mirrored, some moves not. I'll probably have it. I think it's mirrored. Or I'll have Toya kind of mirrored. One of those. We'll see. But yeah. If you're following Aikito, you're good. So we're gonna jump. We're gonna go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5. So basically, you just legs will be just a step. Okay, so legs should be step out with your right leg, and then that's on the one. On the end, as you bring your left leg in, it kind of switches with your right leg, and then you just pick up your right leg. One end, and then 2, you just step down. Then you repeat the same thing on the other side. So you step with your left, and then switch places with your right. Here. And at the same time as you're doing that, your hands are gonna, every time you pick up your leg, your hands will go up. So be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and then to finish this off so that we don't relax here, so I added the 5, and then 3 and 4, and then 5 we are just step to look this way. So, not too bad. I'm going to continue on. 7, 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. You should be facing each other. If you have 2 people for the cover, both of you should be facing each other. So you do 5, 6, 7, 8. You're all pointing to each other. I think it's the same hand should be pointing. If I'm wrong, I will say something, but I think I'm right on this. So the 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're gonna go and 1, 2, 3, 4. So continue from there after. Let's just do this 8 count once and then we'll move on. I may teach the next few counts all together and then we can practice them all together. But let's do this 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Now for the next few 8 counts, this one you're facing directly each other. So it'll be 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So your hands gonna come to your head. This is your right hand, and then you're just gonna bring it up like you're going for a handshake, but for some reason you're starting from your head, bringing your head down. So be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna go and 5. So basically you turn to face out. I don't think it matters how you do the turn, but I usually step right, left. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense to go and 5. And now you're facing not directly away from each other. You should be making a triangle, kind of. So you're facing again 60 degrees. The same angle we've been facing for all this stuff. But you should be facing away from each other. And you're just gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll just stand there, contemplating life and everything. Then we do 5, 6, 7, 8, and then throughout this whole part, for the next two count, your leg will be just tapping here. I think it's the right leg, yeah. And your hand's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll go 5, 6. I think 7. Hand stays here, but then they do a switch here. I think 6 is where we stop. My hand just comes up until around here. Doesn't go all the way to your head. Here is just on the 8. It's you bend it down to touch the back of your head and then you shoot it back here. And yeah, let's finish this off. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I go. 7 and so basically step with your right to the back and then left in front of you, and then 8 you step together. And I think that will be all the new choreo except for like the end. The end pose is the only new thing. So let's go over those like 2.5, 3 counts, and then I'm gonna review where the ending should be from, and then probably link what parts in part 1 is the ending. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you remember the beginning, the first part, when we got to this whole part from here, I'm forgetting what move you spin into to get to that part, but I have the timestamps. If you don't know that move, it's literally after the spin and then when you go on 1 when you're down. The heel 1, 2. At 1, 2, you just 1, 2. So I'll review those counts, and then for the last 4 counts of the song, I'll just explain what happens. And it'll be good. Okay. So we'll start from the 7 end. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6. You're gonna go 7, step forward, and then 8, step with your other leg, but your hand is gonna spin around for 8 and on the 8 end, you turn your head, your right knee, and you just grab with your hand here, and you just left hand's behind you, hidden, not just dangling, but hidden behind it. Probably 7 and 8. And that's the end of the song. Yes, you did it. So nothing too complicated. Well, I'm gonna try it. Normally, if you've watched my tutorials, I would normally have everything with counts here. But I do notice it might be helpful to have it with the practice version, where I'll explain everything with counts, and then do counts with music, and then counts without music. So if you do want to check out the practice version to practice this song, feel free to click probably here. I'll try to put something here, probably a card, or in the description, it's going to be in there. But yes, we're done with Fragile. Oh, thank you for whoever requested it. Probably requested like months ago, and you just haven't done it. There's like so many things. I need like 3 of me to be able to keep, to be able to manage all the song requests. Normally, I'll try to get through all of them, unless like if some song I feel like no one's gonna watch on there. I haven't found any song like that. Normally, I'm fine if one person watches, but sometimes it's like a better tutorial out there. But yes, so thank you all for watching on there. If you like this tutorial, feel free to check out all the other dance tutorials on my channel on there, and hopefully you like the Lloyd cosplay. Didn't mention anything in the beginning of the video. People may have clicked it and be like, what is this guy wearing? Okay, on that. But yeah, so do check those out. Check out the practice version and the full version. And yeah, thank you all for coming to dance with me. I hope you do come again. If you like what you see, you can feel free to press subscribe and just enjoy in. Recommend more songs. Gonna be all of us having a good time. But yeah, let me let you go back to your lives. I'm gonna go and relax on that. Yeah, I will talk to you all and dance with you all later. Bye bye. See ya.